Hello, hello. Welcome to another night of Generations Commander League match reviews. Tonight we're going to be looking at round twos. Right, this time I didn't mess up. Still got my matches saved. And in round two I played Dr. Ray. So, let's get started, I guess. And for round two, I believe the first map was Battlefield, so let's go into Battlefield. Oh wait, no, not going into Battlefield because the audio is not working. Come on.
3, 2,
there you go.
1. New objective received.
Right, so this map, I brought the new Solomon Orca deck. I figured I need to get good at it. I want to get used to it. I want to use it competitively. And then Dr. Ray brought a similar deck to mine, except he had an anti-infantry air unit and strong arm. And this is he had very good trades on my people for a while. But luckily I managed to divert just long enough for it to start firing on dogs. Fortunately I was not quick enough to block on top pad, so he was able to get there. So I wasn't going to waste my people on nothing, so I pulled it with safety. But then the safety seemed to disappear quite quickly. Because the good doctor swarmed my pitbull and killed it off.
Unit ready.
So after winning the first missile, as you can see, the good doctor is sticking to the cheaper units because they work. There's no need to go to a more expensive option. Whereas I'm struggling and need to get back into the game quickly because the missile's already half charged. So I've got my Orca out. Try to clear the pads quickly. Fortunately, I could not move my units efficiently enough. And mistakes like this kept happening. I don't know why I threw the unit up there for. That was silly, and then I panicked, put the shocks on the bomb pad.
Warning, enemy ion cannon activated. Warhead cancelled.
And this was a very good move by the doctor. Saw the ion cannon and managed to move that missile just far enough out of the way for it to survive. Where I didn't move my shocks to the top pad, he was able to win the second missile as well. GG. So less panic and more focused effort, and things would have gone a lot better for me. I wasted too many units just throwing them up and down instead of the right pads. Right. Map 2, caged in.
Establishing battlefield control.
We both switched to Nord.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
This is the same variation of the deck, except the Nord version.
Harvester ready.
The downside with this deck is that the Shade doesn't instant kill as many units as Orca does. Which is where the scavs come into play a lot more. So mirror opening from both of us. I got a free shot onto his bikes.
Offline.
But then because I didn't spawn another set of bikes, I was behind. So when you're behind, you try and switch the game up. Give yourself a chance. Things would have been a lot better here if I could block his middle lasers off the pad, but I didn't. Luckily lasers and scavs don't do much to each other, so I could suspend the missile long enough to get myself back in the game.
Burning rubber.
Unit offline.
You're rolling out.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
Now, what he could have done here is he could have moved those wheels to the top pad before I got there with my bikes.
Burning rubber.
Because it didn't, it allowed me to get back in the game.
Offline. Unit ready.
Advancing.
Unit off.
Prepared enough for very long enough.
Unit offline.
And there you go.
Unit
So what happened there is I stopped spawning units.
damage received.
I trusted that my bikes was going to do all the damage they needed to be foolish against lasers. So when you stop spawning spawning units and just let the current unit just sit there,
Offline.
eventually you end up losing, which is exactly what happened. The good doctor still keeping up his pressure, doing the jobs,
Unit ready.
and a good distraction with the harvester aggression. This was I tried to get to this tank before it reloaded, but I was a second too late. Excuse me.
Prowling the battlefield.
Stealth fighter moving.
So this is just me combining my units, getting ready to control the map.
Just a click.
I'm trying to push forward with the,
EMP missiles on the move.
yeah, as you can see,
Unit offline.
Sensor moving to
Unit ready.
this was a very bad shot for me because
Engaging thrusters. Unit ready.
missiles on the move.
Nuclear
I
weapon.
almost wasted a missile there, but luckily the shade got on the pad just long enough.
The shade. Unit ready.
It's scavenger.
So 1-1 on missiles. I'm trying to get my units back together again.
Unit ready.
Money makes the world go around. Treasure hunting. Sensor moving to
And
coordinates.
yet again goes from a harvester, so I'm like, I'm not having that.
Prowling the battlefield.
I'll chase this guy down.
Hunt is on.
Unit offline.
So I expected him to charge in with the stank,
Scavenger. Red
and so I moved the units forward.
missiles on the move. Sensor flying out.
Then he moves in the bottom. Now the missile's already getting charged up, and now completely focused on this tank. And as you see me move up with the chems, I realize that really I have no choice. He had the lasers on both top pads, and I only had one chem unit. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm toast, because I can only get to one pad, and I cannot respond to the other. So pretty much then, just that one stank distraction was enough for me to be out of position long enough to be able to counter his units, and gave him the win. So GG, that's it played. This is where half aggression comes into play. He can distract your opponent, just as you saw me get distracted several times with his aggression by harvester. Completely forgot. Took my mind off the pads. Allowed him to position himself, and I couldn't counter in time. Alright, let's see what else is on the list. And Band of Spamore Battlefield.
Establishing battlefield control.
Oops. Hold on. Oh. There you go. See, I Apple released a new iOS update and they split off the audio for streaming to Apple Music app. So now I have to engage the Apple Music app every time I lose audio. Genius, right?
Unit ready.
So Bando's going with the cat ship stack deck.
Unit ready.
Mara's going with the War Factory sniper deck.
Building online.
Advancing.
We got full-on aggression from Bando onto Pavama's base. He's trying to get on the harvester. The missile's not charging. It is now.
Clear as mine. This game's will. The great.
So Fanatics and Bikes will do him good so far because the Bikes counter dogs nicely and Fanatics will counter the
30
missiles.
with us.
And the snipers are a perfect counter to the Fanatics. Because they can stay out of range and take out, as you can see, take him out quickly. Now I don't know what Bando's doing here. He's risking it. And the risk didn't pay off. He got carried away and gave the missile away to Primara. So Primara gets the first missile. Bando's now charging in with the stick. Primara's ready. He's got his lasers out. So with any good APC deck, the whole point is to get the APCs set up on pads and use the other units to defend them. But right now, Primara's kind of letting his APCs die. It's not necessary because he could just move the lasers from, the missiles from bomb pad to top pad. Now we need to swap the APC over with the lasers here, missiles. Swap him over? No? Okay. Attack the Fanatics. Attack the Fanatics! Switch the APC. Oh, those snipers are gonna get mullered. This is not gonna go well. Block? No. So Primara had an opportunity to take the second missile there, but fortunately he did not move his units to the right positions. He had to rotate the APCs and missiles at the beginning, and he needed to get the APC to target the Fanatics, and he shouldn't have just thrown the snipers on top pad like that. The Bando's now switched to Shade. And Primara's ready with the slingshot, but fortunately for slingshot, this is what happens. Slingshot used to be so good. No, not so much. Bando needs to get back on the pads. I don't know what he's doing.
Still tank ready to pounce. Okay. Engaging thrusters. Okay.
Oh, not gonna make it in time, and those Fanatics live just long enough. Give Bando the last missile. GG. So what we had there was Bando getting too cocky on the first missile, giving it away. And then Primara, he had very good reactions. He started off well, and then just lost track. He kept using the wrong units to counter the wrong units, targeting the wrong units, stuff like that, and panicking, which let Bando, even though with his crazy attitude towards the game, he was able to get back in there and win the match in the end. It's map 1. It's next.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
So Primara switched to Fanatic Flank Tank. And Bando switched to the Solomon, Reb Solomon.
For the Brotherhood.
I find this map quite unique because of its Tiberium fields. It's the only map that has one line of Tiberium field that extends from one side to the next. So eventually the harvesters will meet in the middle. Obviously, if you go double harv, you end up kind of taking over and taking your opponent Tiberium. That's a good, interesting combination on the map. Now, Bando had double dogs here. He could have charged in on those lasers and then used even the DPS from the people from the raid to help out. Alright, Pamara is now letting Bando take the win here. Doesn't seem to be a reason why. That's a waste of JJTs there from Bando. That should be attack on the wheels should be with the pitbull. See what Pamara's going to pull out next. He's not really using his resources. Seems to have given up. Come on, Pamara, you can fight this. Get your flame tank out. Like that. Brrr. Come on. No, just blocking the harvest. There you go. There you go. Nope, wrong way. Should go straight for the middle pad. Yeah, flame tank burr. Go, no, fire. Flame tank burr. What are you doing? What are you doing? You had him. Just had to get on the pads. You just had to get on the pads. Shadow will never be able to counter. You would be able to burn down the whole base in 10 seconds. That was a close one. If only Pamara actually got on the pad. Could have caused quite great havoc there. So I guess that's 2-0. So what's next? Right, I gotta find 2 games. Two games in chat. There's 2 for it, I can't remember. Let's find the games in chat. Because favorites are booked. Bear with me. There's a lot of conversation happening in the chat. Scrolling. Should be up here somewhere. There we go. Let's go, suck dog. Right. Let's go. Battlefield.
Establishing battlefield control.
Pigeon, please, versus Phoenix.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
So Phoenix going with a Marauder cut chip. Okay. Pigeon, please going with a triple tech Marauder.
Harvester ready.
Either he's trying to trick Phoenix into false sense of security by not blocking the pads, spending a missile. No second harvester from Bijan. Oh, there he is. You're gonna move in and suspend the missile? Yeah, he is. Good. Phoenix expecting some sort of counter to the infantry units. That's why the bikes are out.
Unit offline. Unit ready. Unit offline.
Number one. Ooh, nice.
Unit ready.
Ah, those militants went the wrong way.
Unit in hand.
Oh,
Unit ready.
he could have had this. He could have had this if he just sent those militants to the bomb pad. The general police could have had this missile. They would have a very good advantage versus Phoenix going forward, seeing as it was already a double harvester.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
But the fact he sent them both units to top pad and then did not target the unit on the actual pad, but the one incoming. No, this is not going to go well versus the cat ship.
Offline. Unit offline.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to go for a flame tank rush. Watch it, that's not going to work.
Nuclear missile launched.
He should have focused on the pads, try to get the game under control. Fortunately, didn't. He tried to go for a base, which put him out of position just as the missile was firing, and Phoenix was able to take the win. So the match was a lot closer than it actually ended up being. It was a 2-missile win for Phoenix, but Regional Police had every opportunity to win those missiles. If he just sent the units to the right pads and targeted the right units. Right, let's have a look at the map too. I've got to scroll up again. Jeez. It's gonna take a while. The chat has to, I gotta reach the top of the chat, then chat has to load up, and then start from bottom again. Right. Caged in.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New objective available.
You got it. Rifleman ready to move out.
We generally switch to a GDI deck. Interesting take on a GDI deck with a strong arm. He's going with a Rhino.
Unit ready.
Ready for action.
And so for his war factory, he has similar units.
Received.
They both have the same sort of attack.
Unit ready.
On. You got it.
Right, Talon down.
Flying out.
I'm guessing he's going to be relying on the
Unit
Walker to counter incoming war factory. Needs to go on the top pad.
unit lost.
Going ahead. Move out.
Nope, too late. A JJT incoming. All he needs to go is just either clear the pad or go to the top.
Unit ready.
Light tech complete.
Alright. Get on the pads. Get on the pads. There you go.
Unit lost.
Flying out.
Nuclear order launched.
So, big general please. Thanks for his cheaper counter units. He was able to take the first missile.
Flying out.
Could have won a bit sooner if he just moved his JJTs to the right place.
Unit ready.
Orca in the air.
On my way. Scouting ahead.
Now the Orca seems a bit unnecessary because he was winning with the JJTs. He didn't need to tech switch. Nothing that would have required the Orca.
Unit ready.
As you see, because of that, Phoenix is able to just destroy it without that Orca ever doing any damage.
On my way.
Unit lost.
Move. I'm on. Move out. Scouting ahead.
Might not want to place that next to the strong arm.
Flying out. I'm on it.
Defense.
Nice.
Unit ready.
I can't pull up.
Good, good.
Unit ready.
Flight check complete.
Unit lost.
Phoenix nicely sending his lasers in. Nicely move. Stank's gonna come in to get there before. Yep. Block the pad. Block the pad. Nope. Move the Stank to the top left pad. No, move the Stank. Catch it. No, what are you doing? So Phoenix, what he had to do there was let his tank fire on the middle pad. That will clear that pad before he's able to even touch the top pad, and that will suspend the missile so he can get back in the game. Fortunately, he tried to go for the top left pad instead, and he just didn't have enough time to do anything that he wanted up there, so the missile fired. Regional just gets one back. GG. So what we had there was a nice control by Regional Police. He uses counter units very nicely. His combination of talents and JJTs. And it worked a lot better than the Phoenix's combination because his talent only cost 30 and JJT's cost 40, so cheaper way. Yes, he had, believe, very little HP, and a Stank does do a decent amount of damage to a unit. He probably would have killed it off. So it's 1-1. So let's go to the third match. Got the scroll thing again. Bear with me. Right. Third match, decider, hold the line. Regional plays versus Phoenix.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
The Phoenix switched to the War Factory Solomon deck.
Unit ready.
And BJN Police is going with the a Nord equivalent of a War Factory deck. They've both gone with the 2 infantry units and 4 War Factory units.
Building online.
At the moment, Phoenix is the one that's in control. Because with the current unit he has, he will not be able to clear the pads in time before this missile fires. Phoenix just needs to move to the top pad. Move to the top pad. Move to the top pad. Oh, got lucky. The general police could have moved those lasers into the middle pad and suspended a point. Flamers counting down the snipers. And fanatics, Jesus. The snipers are not meant to live, are they? I only just noticed that Phoenix is playing with no harvester. Risky business, especially the longer this game goes. But yes, he did win the first missile, but is he going to be able to win anything past that? He needs to, Regional Police needs to move his units into the Giga, to not leave his Giga exposed. Oh, nice target switch by Regional Police. And here we go. This is what happens when you go no halve. You get put in a position where eventually you lose control, and when you lose control, you've got no way back.
Unit ready.
You can go brrr. Dogs ain't gonna do much.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Is Regional Police gonna go for a base rush?
Warning, our base is under attack.
We got base rush on our hands. Brrr.
Warning, our base is under attack.
Look at that. Giga power. That's a shame. I would have thought that they got the Giga base kill.
Launched.
They forgot his know-how or he planned for a strategy that didn't work out after the first missile. You never know. That's 2-1 to Pigeon in place. Risky going in on the deciding map with a risky strategy which may backfire quite rapidly, which is exactly what happened. I recommend it for any kind of final matches that you go for the safest option and work your way from to the top. Don't risk it. Don't go for crazy ideas.
Unit lost.
It can always backfire, and it's the final map, so you don't want to go crazy. First match, you can go crazy. Chance it on any crazy strategy you like. You still got one more left after it. But last map, no, never. Don't risk it. Alright, let's see who's there next on the list. Kenny. Alright, let's go find Kenny. Right. Kenny enemy versus Subletta. Battlefield.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
Sub's going with a an Inferno variation for TikTok, a cookie car.
Unit ready.
And Kenny's going with the Agent Shadow Fanatic Stank with the Alicia flavor Kane
Crystals.
instead of Oksana.
Lasers move for the Brotherhood. His will moves with us.
Both players dancing around the pads, trying to get the best shot on the scouting units.
Unit offline.
Kenny coming out on top. Subletta gave up, went in with his missiles into a awkward position.
Building online.
And now he's opened all 3 buildings.
Unit ready.
And the first missile hasn't even been fired yet. The first missile is going to go to Kenny. Because there's no chance of Subletta responding to all these units at once.
Major structural damage received.
Kenny wins the first missile. Here comes the first tank. And as both Venoms were down on health, the stank clears both at the same time.
Lasers move for the Brotherhood.
Scorpion is a good counter to the stank. Unfortunately, there's too much going on around the stank for it to be able to have a clear advantage versus that.
Unit off.
No, for that Scorpion to have a clear advantage against that stank.
Unit ready.
And to add more pressure onto the Scorpion, here comes the Shade. Ooh, nice. Subletta triggering the stank with his lasers.
Offline.
Moving napalm.
Taking position.
This is going to be pricey.
Militia forward.
Subletta has an Inferno on the field, but there's no way to defend her against the stank. The stank's reloading and is going to come in for a kill. Ooh, the Inferno just gets out of place just long enough. Is Subletta going to let him fire? Oh no! No! Oh! That one move, that one flinch, delayed the fire on the units. If Subletta just let the Inferno fire, he would have took out the Fanatics and the stank behind it and able to take control of the bomb pad. But because he kept moving the Inferno, Kenny was able to get in there with the stand, clear it out, win the second missile. The Sublet just needs to focus a bit more. He kind of gave up on the first missile and put all his bets onto the Inferno, but then didn't let the Inferno do the most damage it could, and didn't have any defenses to keep it alive, is why Kenny won with the stank. Alright, so caged in.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New objective.
Subleo. Okay. There must be something going on that I'm not aware of. Why is everyone going with these four wall factory decks?
Unit ready.
And Sublet is also going no half with this deck. Really?
Building online. Unit ready.
Move one set of dogs to the back pads. One set of dogs to the back pad. No, don't do that. Oh. So all Sublet had to do there was just send one set of dogs to the back pad, leave the other dogs with the riflemen to control the middle, and people just sit on the top right. That missile would have fired a lot sooner. Here comes Kenny with the Giga. Giga go brr.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Unfortunately for Sublet, he has no air, so he's going to have to rely on the iron cannon to clear this Giga out of the way. And he's finally got the harvester going, so she'll be able to afford that iron cannon eventually. Will the game last long enough until the forward end keep spawning units?
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit
APC spam not the best option right now. You should be going for the rifleman lasers, just to get bodies on the floor so you can iron cannon. Let's say for an iron cannon. Unfortunately, because he went with 270s, we're now seeing the outcome of that. There goes the Giga. But the second missile's already fired.
structural damage received. Unit ready.
Now Kenny is in dominating position here, and Sublet should be saving up for a iron cannon.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready.
This is a very good
Ion cannon activated.
boosh. That's a good iron cannon clear. Unfortunately,
Ready.
because he fired it at this precise moment in time, unless this missile stalls for
Unit.
a long time, he will not have the iron cannon ready
Unit lost.
the next time he needs it.
Unit lost. Unit.
So we can see the missile's getting quite charged up. And as you can see, he doesn't have the iron cannon ready, and the Kenny's ready for it because he spread his units out away from the Giga. And there you go. So with an iron cannon deck, especially when that's your one counter to your opponent's units, you want to go for the cheapest option of just keeping yourself alive in the game and then saving up for the iron cannon. Now here, Sublet did save up for it, but he fired it way too early. He fired it so early that he didn't have chance to reload or when he needed it the most. So yes, he did clear the field at the right time, at the right units, because he got 3 of the units, but the timing was completely off. And the Giga was just going to go burr and clear him off whenever he push forward. That's 2-0 to Kenny. GG guys. Right. Sin versus Rapide. Both players using numbers and names, but for letters. Right, so where's their battlefield? Rapid versus the Sin.
Establishing battlefield control.
Hey mate.
New objective received.
Interesting Twitch name. Meh. Alright, so you've gone with the Avatar AAA Avatar. The Rapid's going with the Tic Tac Cane. The Tic Tacs are becoming quite popular on the north side because they're kind of the closest thing to the APCs. But unlike APCs, they kind of counter completely different units. Yes, their HP is great. Yes, they're going to call in the pads, but they're not, can't move, and they counter completely different class of units.
Unit offline. Building online.
Now, Sin here seems to be throwing a lot of units forward, and a lot of
Unit ready.
and the missiles charging up the whole time. So you're losing on your economy, and you're charging the missile. See, the cat ship was safe up there from the Chuggy, so you didn't need to attack it with the Shade. What you should have done is you should have attacked the bikes with it. Ooh, so close. If that cat ship moved forward just 1 second sooner, he would have got that missile.
Unit ready.
Going for a base rush? Enough.
Unit ready.
The Rapid's responding by trying to set up a barrier between you and his base. The Shade's out.
Unit offline.
Again, targeting the wrong unit.
Unit ready.
The Shade's priority always should be the unit that can actually damage it. I suppose what could damage the other unit.
Unit ready.
Alright, so you have all units weak enough that you can clear them quickly. As long as you don't move them off the field. Where are you going with the cat ship? Move the cat ship to the top pad. What are you doing? What are you doing? And the second missile goes to Rapid. So, and the cat ship should have stayed on the top pad, and the Shade goes to the bomb pad. Leave them both on the top pad, so you can clear both classes of units, both the bikes and the lasers, and then you have one pad each, and then all you need to do is just get a Shade on the bomb pad, and then blam, you've got the control of the map. Yes, you either, you got two choices. One, cover both pads, but then you had two separate classes of units in the field. So one that counters infantry, one that counters war factory, and you had both infantry and war factory on pads. So you needed it to have both classes on one pad first. And where the cat ships and Shade work, they're very quick at killing things off. So you'll be able to clear the pad quickly and suspend it. And then with the Tic Tac, it can't do much because as soon as it moves, the Shade will kill it quite quickly. So he has to sit there, and all you gotta do is just put an air unit on that pad, and blammo, the missile's yours. Yeah, I always say try and go one pad at a time. Unless it's the last second, the very last second before the missile fires. If the alarm just started, you've still got time to clear one pad at a time. So focus all your fire on just one pad that will get you either suspend the missile or tip it back in your control. Trying to spread all units on all pads at the same time, as soon as the alarm starts going, it will cause you to spread yourself too thin and your opponent can counter you quite easily. So yeah, unless it's the last second, there's no need to rush all pads. You go for the Hail Mary pass when you got no other choice. Right, map 2. Caged in.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New objective.
So sticking with the Avatar deck, a rapid switch to the old school Suzaku APC deck.
Marching orders received. Moving out.
Unit ready.
The scat walls to get started.
I'm on it.
Ooh. So there was no need. When you're playing an Avatar deck, there's no need for you to be aggressive.
Unit lost.
You either suspend the missile or
Online.
you harass the harvester. Last thing you should be doing is wasting resources to charge the missile.
Unit ready.
That is literally the opposite of what you should be doing right now. Well, yes, this catship can move into the middle pad, but the strongman tower is still there.
Defense lost.
Nice.
Building online. Unit lost.
That's good counter from Rapid, bringing the drone swarms out. Ooh, the catship! So close.
Unit
The catship just lived long enough to win you the first missile. Now this is throwing a catship away. You don't need to throw it. You can have it as a backup. So pull it back towards you. Have it ready to counter until you get something better out. If you got a replacement, then yes, you can throw it away on a base rush. If you don't have a replacement, you might as well keep it safe for as long as you can and make the best use of it, because in an Avatar deck, you want to save on the economy as much as possible. Because that's the whole point. Save Tiberium until you can get the Avatar out. Now, second missile is almost charged here.
defense online.
Monitor ready to pull action.
And it's gonna go. See, don't do that. You won the first missile and you're playing a double half tech deck. You're playing an Avatar deck. So the last thing you should be doing is throwing resources away on a second missile. You already got the first one. All you gotta do is just save up for an Avatar now. I catch it. Those two catch it were just an absolute waste. Here comes the Avatar. And the only thing Rapid has to counter you is the Orca. So you should be ready for this. Where's the Phantom? There it is. Nice. The Orca still gets a shot off. The one thing I love with the Avatar is this.
Unit ready.
The superb counter to the APCs. It's like APC what? I'll be careful here.
Unit lost.
Ooh, the drone swarm. Drone swarm should have moved in. And Avatar wins. GG. You wanted a fake. Oh, hello. Cheers for the raid blade. They're gonna get to watch your final match. Alright, let's get ready for the final match between you and Rapid. That's on Hold the Line.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
So you've switched to the your regular catship deck. No more Avatar. Rapid's going with the Nog olfactory stank deck. Ooh, bad move there. You don't want to send your lasers into a concave. Triple concave on the lasers. Bye-bye lasers. The first missile's almost fired. All you gotta do is just keep the units off the pads. Nice. Fnatic comes in to take control of the bottom one. First missile goes to Rapid. So all it took there was just a couple of wrong moves with your lasers versus the wheels, and you just gave Rapid a very cheap first win. Nice. So you're so whenever you boost a Scorpion like that, just go in for as much as half damage as you can. It's like a Scorpion like that kind of charge, you will kind of want to get as much out of it as possible. So a boosted Scorpion is a very good damage dealer for a Harvester, so just go all in on the Harvester, gets as much as damage out of it before it gets killed. It's not exactly you're going to be able to stop all this air before you get hit off. Alright, so domination with the air. Rapid's not going to be able to respond. And it's 1-1 on missiles. So not air dominating at the moment. If Rapid can get back in the game. Ooh, that's a wrong move there. He should have went with the shade, not the cat ship. That ship would have shade would have cleared those bikes before they even fired. Wasting another cat ship there. There you go. There goes the cat ship. Nice. Ooh. Stan clears the bomb pad. The bike's still alive. The bike's gonna win it. The bike's gonna win it. Damn. Right, so where you moved the cat ship on the top pad, you didn't let it kill off the lasers in time. If you just left it standing, would have killed off the lasers and leave this to give you a chance to get back in the game. And then, as it is the last map, and you are kind of down to the first missile, for the bomb pad, you could have pulled the Harvester in. So, GG. Close one. Just after the second missile, you kind of kept sending the wrong units into charge. So you kept sending the cat ship against the vehicles, and you kept sending the shade the wrong way. Remember just to send the cat ships into the infantry, and you'll be right. Let's see if there's any more matches left. I believe. Let's see. If this is the match I'm looking for. Alright, so we got Scorpion versus NU66 and Havoc versus Robbie left. Right. So 2 more matchups left to watch. Let's go to Scorpion versus NU66. Luna, right. Right, Luna. Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay. That's not the match I'm looking for. That's the wrong matches. Hold on, let's see what's wrong and not wrong here. Okay, so that's matches from round 1. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so nothing saved there. So just Havoc versus Robbie left, right? No worries. Havoc versus Robbie. Last match of the night. Right. Havoc versus Robbie, Battlefield.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1.
See what we got. So Robbie's going with the Inferno deck, Inferno Catship. And Havoc's bringing back his Arty Party deck from Season 3.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Double buggy up for Robbie. Not bad counter. Fortunately for him, the beefy boys are out.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
So Robbie right now probably doesn't realize it, but he really should be charging the pad. Havoc's actually doing him a favor. Ooh. And the first missile goes to Robbie. Robbie's going straight for the rush. Ain't gonna leave long with those lasers there.
Unit offline.
So Havoc did lose the first missile, and he's not on a second harvester yet. So Robbie does have an opportunity to win this game before the Arty can come out and cause a party. Nice simple combo of lasers and chuggy. Second miss is already half charged.
No problem.
And we got the first Inferno on the field.
Burning rubber.
Nice. So it's already unloaded. Stan going in for the kill.
Boy, rolling out.
Sana charged.
Unit ready.
Ooh, just in time. Just in time. And it's 1-1 on the missiles.
Unit offline. Unit offline. Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Well, Havoc's got this match under control now. The flame pods are pretty much a waste because that's a 70 cost unit that just throws away for nothing. Especially with the Chaggy marauding around.
Unit offline.
Will the Catship get it? No. Catship one shot too late and the Stan gets it. The mistake the Rob is making here is he's wasting his units by throwing them on multiple pads. It's too bad map. Take control of the one. Don't try and go for both at the same time, especially when your opponent's so ahead.
Unit offline. Missile cancelled.
And we can get a missile flip. Oh, so close.
Missile launched.
So close. Half a second away from winning that match right there. The stank guy on the pad just quick enough. And Havoc wins the first match. Right, so caged in.
Establishing battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Carefully now.
So Robbie's gone for a tech deck. Now a Rockworm deck is a good counter to the Arty Party because obviously Rockworm can get robbed close without getting damaged. It's going to be a question who's going to be able to control the map, get the economy up and running, to take control with the tech. So Robbie's going straight for the double halve. Nice.
Brotherhood.
So Havoc blocking in the lasers, using the map to try and get a half kill. Robbie rotating his harvesters nicely. The first missile's about to fire, and he's going to go probably to Robbie. He has to padlock, but both of his harvesters are about to die. These 20 these 20 cost lasers really really got their money's worth. They almost got the second half kill as well. And we got the first Arty out for Havoc.
Unit ready. Unit offline.
On this map, it's going to be quite a challenge to get to with the ground units. He's going to need that Rockworm. Oh, you need to boost his...
Catalyst missile in.
Fair enough. Should have saved that for Rockworm. That Jade missile was a waste. Here comes the Rockworm.
Unit ready.
Laser squad, weapons charging.
Now, will it be able to get on the get enough impact? Not wrong way. Should be sending it to the middle pad. Ooh. Bad move. Bad move. It's a wary.
Unit offline.
Yet again, sending the Rockworm to the wrong direction. Should be going straight for the artillery, not trying to go 1 versus 1 on the obelisk. That artillery is still alive. Down to the last missile. Havoc is now raiding the harvesters. And this is a bad move. You should not be going for a half kill with that.
Unit ready.
Nice. Now the Rockworms are not going to be able to get on the pads in time. The Havoc wins it. The charge on the harvesters is fine if you got time to benefit from it. But your opponent's already got established army on the field, and he doesn't really need that economy, so you're just giving him his extra pop cap to be able to control the last missile even better. So don't go for the halve at the last minute. Try and focus on the pads. Give yourself a chance. Havoc wins it. GG. Lovely. We got idiots in the chat. Time to drop the ban hammer. Right, before we go, let's have a look at the round scores. So the matches we didn't get to see is NU66 got nerfed with Scorpion. Scorpion won that 2-0. Rex versus someone. Rex had lag issues and it was quite complicated. Someone did win the matches, but he said to give the win to Rex. And then Trebs versus GGDO. GGDO for some reason was not available, did not respond. Trebs gets the win. Banda versus Pramarang and Kenny versus Sub, we've seen that, so that's the overall scores. Now let's look at the standings. So here's the table. Havoc's in the lead, Kenny, Dr. Ray, Bando, and Rapid following behind, all with the 2 wins each. So now things get interesting. Now we're going to round 3. Let's see if anyone drops points. One thing too, I would like to remind all the participants is to watch out for a player that you would like to award the Rising Phoenix Award to. At the end of the season, there will be a vote opened for all the available members. So whatever man that you played against or you know about that you think is worthy of the award, please vote, and then they'll win the $25 award. And that's it for tonight. We are middle of round 3 at the moment, so that will probably be previewed. It just will be reviewed on Sunday. Until then, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching.